he's gonna be more what would be the word, gracious.
Oh, and sorry, real quick, if I can shout out my friend Dave who popped in, which is a big, huge surprise. He's not a huge fan of the metaverse, but he does a space Monday through Thursday called All Things Crypto. That for a while I was a speaker, not with much input myself, but sat on the panel with his regular speakers there. So good to see you,
Sat on the
Dave.
panel of experts.
Yeah, I was the non-expert. I considered myself there for the comedic value.
Comedic relief, or I mean, the panel of experts. You were an expert in what they weren't experts in. Think about that.
Pretty much, yes.
You
And
were
if
the
anything,
expert among experts.
and if any metaverse news came up, which of course doesn't rarely or does rarely, I would chime in on that.
Nice, nice. So, uh, welcome, Dave. Thank you for popping in. Thank you, thank you. And I see a Brandon and a Yolantis here, a Dr. Grip, a J name. What up, Jake? I see you down there. And oh wow, Vanessa, we're loading up in here on Decentraland. We're already up to 27 friends joining us. That's awesome.
I think it's all the bodies accumulating in the sewers.
Uh, uh, so like what type of dark magic had to be applied in order to make a sewer emote? Like I'm not seeing like the body under the you know, like under the sewer or like, or anything. Like w- what type of dark magic are you pulling here?
It's funny you should mention that because there's a lot of dark magic in this emote. I'm not saying it has some special abilities, but it might. Um, I just get the bot. I just have ways of making the body, kind of go where it needs to be. The first version was literally like a sewer grate on my head, which still kind of worked, but not the same way that I wanted it to. So yeah, this one was fun. I think it means I've been spending too much time in Genesis Plaza, but that's okay. I'm just
Do
sitting
we
there thinking
do
how to make it.
do we do we call you the Dark Lady now?
That's good.
Can
Plenty
Canessa
people have
was
called me that for a while, so
Is that name taken?
I don't know. I don't know.
And that's a good one. That's iconic.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. I think my best emote is this week. Between this one and the next one I'm publishing, I think I'm really excited about what I've
are
created.
you are you just
No,
gonna like leave us
shush,
hanging
shush,
here?
shush,
Like, oh,
shush,
this one's great, but
shush.
my next one is gonna be the best.
Yep, quiet. If you ever want, no, I'm kidding. I'm pretty excited about it. It's just like it's just like building when you can go in there and like break stuff. Like here's a good name. Um, oh, what was I thinking? Like a dev is the person that builds stuff, and like, what about an undev? Kind of like the undead, like the undev. Like I'm like the undevs are the people that just break shit for the devs to like show like, yep, here, this is like what happens when we click these buttons together. So yeah, I think I'm an undev. Like Alavra was in Genesis Plaza last night. We were playing and showing him all sorts of stuff, and he was showing us stuff, and it was like it was just funny to see that there's people that are just trying to make stuff, and then we instantly try to like, well, not even try to like break it, but just sometimes shit breaks and it is like happy accidents. And then like the more you know about what you're doing, the more likely you can like get stuff to break in your favor, which is kind of what stuff like this has happened.
Well, that is the exact reason why we can't have nice things on Decentraland. It's either us breaking it or the devs breaking it. There is no in between.
Yeah, definitely. Go
I
ahead,
see.
MetaBeast.
Sorry. So I guess one more thing I'm working on, um, in regards to the DAO. I've started kind of a roadmap. One poll has passed, only like 7 people voted, but um, there's another poll coming, and it's all related in moving the DAO towards a more automated type DAO based on the more successful DAOs out there. I won't call one
So,
completely
uh, uh,
successful.
yeah, I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say, could you name some successful DAOs out there? Because I'm struggling myself to
I
find.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember which ones specifically have had the most success. But yeah, there's not a single one you can call successful. It's just a long ongoing going test basically. But they do have automated. Basically, if a poll passes, there is a small wait period of up to 72 hours, I think is the max, and then giving time for any um should any disagreement or issues with that poll or the proposal, um to stop it. um and I'm doing my best where it should not it does not remove any of the current positions, the security or the board as it is right now. It just moves more towards um, stuff being automated, and it is also to help prevent what is currently going on, I believe, still with some keys not being turned over. Um, and I'm trying to look at it from all different angles as to why what is wrong with doing it this way, as well as why it's a good thing to do. Um, but the next poll coming through will be it will be basically to pay a third party to research and suggest an oracle, which is needed to make something like this happen. So we'll see how I'm getting ready to put that one in. I guess we'll see how that goes. Um, and I know, see, the problems I run into with this, which needs fixed, is the point that you brought up, Canessa, is to who is going to do some of these things when a poll passes. And that's a huge roadblock right there. Um, but that once it's all taken said and done and taken care of, the automation will should help with some of that anyway. I don't know, I guess.
Making the A in DAO great again. I see. Yes, yes, the
I'm
automation.
making it actual
Making act.
thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and
It was never a thing to begin with, so you're right.
yeah, so I mean, the, the whole thing could start with if a poll passes to make a spot one of the starred ones. I mean, that should be simple. That's not gonna make or break Decentraland if somebody gets a star that we didn't think should. We just put a poll in to have it removed, and it'll be automatically removed. I don't understand why that has never been automated to begin with. That one. I mean, that's to me seems like the easiest and the most, I don't know, reasonable one to start with, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
definitely.
So,
I agree. I agree. Um, kind of like within when we talk about this now, like, of course, this wasn't kind of like the thought that popped into my mind years before, but since I believe it was Claudebot came out, I believe it was through Claudebot that someone like had created a whole bunch of agents or like, and then these agents went on to like create their own like AI only Reddit page where they were like ranting in there. Like, what if DAOs weren't designed for humans? What if DAOs were designed for these agents? And I mean, this would be kind of a risky thing to do. It's like, here, AI agent community. Here's $100. Start your own DAO and watch it like multiply that into like millions.
so that just made me think. So, con- consider if all humans went away from Decentraland, said, for whatever reason, we're done with it. It could almost People could almost send agents in to take it over, and then that would be a whole new AI community.
I mean, I think they're already here.
That well, they are, yeah, they are, but I mean, completely ran, and as Sinful said, even a DAO for it. That would be crazy. So like a whole virtual world with them.
Have you seen the movie Free Guy?
Absolutely.
Because that's what comes to mind.
Before my time.
No,
Dude,
it
it's got Ryan Reynolds in it. Shut up.
before your time, whatever.
You should watch it. Everybody should watch that movie. Like literally, that movie kind of describes what a place like Decentraland could become with
I
like independent AI agents running around.
I picture, what is the game, the one that 13 plays and designs in,
Red Dead Redemption or GTA?
GTA, I think. It kind of reminds me of that. The one where people go robbing things and driving cars and police chases. That's what Free Guy reminds me of. That world. And it's later than Ready Player One, so don't say before my time, Sinful. Jeez.
I don't think you guys understand how young I am mentally. I
Are,
can barely remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday
are you Benjamin Button?
or my time.
I don't know. Until there's a hard rebrand from Sinful Meat Stick, I think we still know how young you are.
Exactly, 13 years old to the dot.
Okay, so your your personality,
I
yourself may be
remember what I
13,
ate.
but what's your body? Haha.
My chest says I'm 90.
Get them in sync.
Dang it! I haven't gotten my super cool wearable yet. What the or my emote? What's the point of buying stuff if it doesn't show up instantly?
I'm also curious, if since he's in here and if he's listening, um, if I may ask, Lastrom, where they're at, what's going on with Angzar and the Forge, because I check in every so often to see what's up, but I can't tell anything. I've not actually been able to really access the Forge lately, so
Mm.
if that's
Um,
still a thing or not, or if anybody up here knows.
I believe. And if Lastron wants to come up, he is most certainly welcome to. But I believe like they've been trying to integrate the Forge into what they're building recently, which has been Planet Angzar. They've been trying to like build a like over the top view game, RPG game on Decentraland. I popped into the Planet Angsar event last week, and it had been a while since I came in and was kind of impressed with how it was looking. Of course, there were some technical difficulties, most likely due to the literally the update that was made on the the same date of the event, which I mean, uh, but like I it was really feeling good. The game was really feeling good. As far as like the with the Forge, I know they're like trying to use that platform as a way to be able to like claim NFTs, claim rewards, get have your inventory in there, as well as even like create quests and attendance tokens, I believe as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
I, they had a thing. Last time I kind of spoke with Lastrom, I want to say I brought my Decentraland avatar out as a VRM, something like that, because it had all my, yeah, yeah, because it had all my wearables. I had access to all my wearables, and I could dress up avatar and export it out as a VRM.
yep, that is correct. I do know that the Forge does have that functionality as well.
I haven't seen those, that availability. Oh, and he runs away. Why did he run away? But so you said you attended the event recently. So are they still having them every Thursday? I think it is.
Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
I
Uh,
always forget.
yep, yep. It But I mean, for a Decentraland, oh, there he is. He's coming up. He'll probably be like, "No, Simple, everything you said is has changed. We have updated to bigger and better things." Welcome, last room.
Hey, good morning. It's been a while. Thanks for having me up.
What's up?
Good
Welcome.
morning. Thanks for being here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm making a little four-legged friend their breakfast, but was just popping in to listen and heard my name and just wanted to answer a couple questions. I was like trying to reply, but you can't on X. So MetaBeast, yeah, the Forge is cool. Everything is on chain and we're just testing it. So if you create a quest, it's on chain. If you create like logic, it's on chain. If you create rewards, they're on chain. It's all on base chain. And in Planet Angzar is kind of our testing ground. So we're also building Planet Angzar. And when you go and pick up the loot, the coins in the game, you actually get on chain base coins. And they're coins that I created. So at the Forge, you can create your own token and then you can give it out to people like an actual ERC coin. So it's coming along. There's a lot of stuff, especially with the Creator Hub. I would say in the past 3 months yeah, past 3 months, the foundation has really pivoted, in my opinion, for a good in terms of releasing features for developers from the scripting component at the Creator Hub and beefing that up to locomotion and physics and double jumping and things like that. And then I think they announced, they're going to have an authoritative server, that you could connect to. And I pitched that like a year and a half ago to the DAO. Like I know you guys brought the DAO up, just to make it easy, right? Like, hey, I want to save stuff. So I think the foundation, whoever made the pivot, in the past 3 months, like their roadmap and stuff is fantastic. I'm really excited about it, and we're tagging along with the Forge to have a scripting component. And I know people are using OP badges, which is awesome. It's sick that you guys are integrating. I would, I don't know, has anybody made a smart item for that? The script component that you can share. So the Forge will do that as well. And all you have to do is like say, kill an enemy, right? And then you go on the Forge and you say like, I have an enemy variable, like drop down, and then it tracks the enemy variables. So no programming. So we're excited. But yeah, check out the Planet Angzar. We got like a month and a half left, I think. And Sin was in there with his joystick. I can't get my joystick to work, but Sin would love for you to go in there with your joystick because I had an idea, and then I'll stop. But if your joystick works, it would be great to have as a setting in Decentraland to say, or in our Planet Angzar to say like, hey, I'm using a joystick. Let me remap the buttons so that maybe like the spell cast could be left trigger and the attack could be the right trigger. I think that'd be cool.
Like keybinds, kind of like for gaming.
Well, computers, Macs have like a built-in game controller setting. So it's like, hey, I want my joystick or like my A button to be left click, which is fine. That's cool. That's the input. But you know, in Planet Angzar, maybe we as developers allow like the left click is no longer the attack. Maybe you want it to be like where mapping the different buttons to be that. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to try and do because like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the keyboard are your spells. So I don't know how that would translate to like a joystick. So maybe like saying, yeah, I don't know how that would work. That's why it'd be really cool to try.
Well, I would say like with a controller, when it comes to like mapping spells, it might get a little more complicated. It could be like like let's say left bumper brings up the spell menu, and then from there you can pick any of your available buttons to do whatever spell you want to do, whether it's fire, healing,
Got it.
water.
So like if
Yeah.
you have your joystick configurator, it'll be like map the A button to the W key or the like is it individual like that
Mm.
on your keyboard? Because basically I'm thinking, okay, if you got in Angzar, you have your left click to attack, and then you have your ultimate attack, and then you have 4 spells. So how could you and then there's like the menu and inventory, right? So how could we say like when I click the select button on my X on this controller, it like triggers this button, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
How many buttons are even on a joystick anymore?
Or
I'm
like a
still in the
mm.
age of a stick you move and a button, maybe two.
Well, I mean, another thing that like could be used is like the directional pads. Like they don't have to
Oh yeah,
necessarily like they could be like kind of like quick access menus as well. And right now, if you're looking at the stream that I have posted up above in this space, I am running around Planet Angzar with my controller.
Can you use like a PlayStation controller?
That's what I'm using right
Okay, all
now,
right,
the
yeah.
PlayStation. Yeah.
oh wow,
Like because last week when it was like the first time I popped in a while. The last time I popped in, it was like kind of like a click and go kind of game. And then last week I noticed that the WASD keys were movement keys now, and like I mean, such a good idea. And so then I'm like I got curious. I'm like, hey, I wonder if I can plug in my controller.
Does a controller
yeah,
make parkours easier?
Mm, I don't know because like or at least like in the central end, I know that like the O button that activates the camera mode. And then it looks like the left joystick is what's moving my character around, and then the right joystick moves the arrow around, like the arrow in my screen. So
So how would you left click
how would I left click? I mean,
on your
it doesn't,
joystick?
yeah, it doesn't seem to have
Mm,
anything that selects to it, but, like, what could be like, what may be an ideal thing would be, like, selecting, and this is on a PlayStation controller, but so, making the left click either be like the square button or the X button.
mm. Can you do that like in the joystick mapping on your computer? Is that like a software to do that, or do we need to
Mm.
figure like find that like middleware basically?
I mean, I know that like platforms like Steam have it so that like you can remap controller buttons and stuff like
Mm,
that. I don't know of or personally, I'm sure they're out there like of any like remapping software that you could like
yeah.
download.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I don't want to take up all the space. I just popped in. I haven't listened in a while. Appreciate you bringing me up here. So yeah, Meta Beast. If you have any questions, just DM me on Discord. We took the Forge offline just for a second because everything is becoming on chain. So like,
Oh,
we actually did something really wild with the way things are stored on chain and not using a lot of gas. So we're testing that out for now, and it seems to work pretty well. Um, Still finding bugs and stuff, but in addition to that, building out Planet Angzar and like on Sin Screen, I just watched that NPC right there's
yeah,
AI,
you
and
saw that, dude. This is actually
he's connect,
pretty. I like
yeah,
this.
he's connected to Grok. Um, so you can keep going down and to the right. Yeah, I wish you could attack those guys.
No, but I wanna say
Oh, there
how,
you
like,
go.
satisfying getting these kills are, like, right now. The first kill I got kind of, like it kind of, like, brightened up my area, like, it almost looked like I leveled up and, like, kinda gave me that feeling, like, of, like, "Ooh, I did something," you know?
You did just level up. Yeah, and then
Oh,
you get all
okay,
these
so that's
XP.
I thought you were gonna say it
Uh,
brightened your mood, you psychopath.
uh
But I would understand that. I would understand that. Metatiger has something that he wrote in chat. He said, there is Joy to Key tool. Google it. So
mm,
JoyTokey, and it looks like it says enables PC game controllers to emulate the keyboard and mouse input so that Windows applications and web games can be controlled with your favorite, um, looks like controller.
okay.
Joy to Key. Interesting.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I'll have to try that out. Just to wrap that up with the movement, we purposefully went back from a point and click because the new features for the locomotion and physics, you can now like push or pull the avatars. And so what we wanted to do was get back to using real avatars instead of like fake avatars with clicking. So now we have real avatars, and once it's ready, when you get hit by an enemy, um, it'll like bounce you back a little bit. So there's a lot of new stuff there that we're testing out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I I see the opportunity with like, going back to the your avatars, your Decentraland avatars, of like being able to implement wearables that would give you like boosts, like um whatever, more defense, more attack, more mana,
Yeah, what we're trying to
and
do is not necessarily be a wearable because that limits you to Decentraland. Kind of. We were thinking of
mhm,
if you hit, well, you're on your joystick, but I'd say like Shift and the F key, you can zoom in a little bit, and basically it shows like you'll get. We basically have a bunch of items from Meshi AI that we attach to the player, and what we do is those items are mint will like be minted on chain. So they're not wearables, but they're like attached to your character.
mhm, mhm. Oh, okay, okay. So they're in a way like connected through the forge,
Yes.
that are
Yeah.
yeah. that has
Yeah,
that
they're
connection.
yeah, they're forge
Nice.
items, and at the forge, you just say like mana 50 or something, right? Or like health 10 or whatever, right? And so then our game logic says like, okay, when you get all the items from the forge, like if it has strength plus 10, then add that to the player's strength plus 10 or whatever.
Hmm.
So
Well,
yeah, it's cool. I appreciate you
yeah.
testing too.
No, it is working. It's working a lot better than it did on Thursday. And unfortunately, that I'm sure that update really set you back like a couple weeks of work. Um,
Kind of. Well, it's interesting. I'm watching your stream and I'm like, you can see my laser beams nearby you, my pulses, but like I'm not even in the same position as you. Um, in world, or at least maybe your stream is lagging, but like it doesn't even look the same for me. Like you'll see this green orb, you see the green orb, those orbs flying by you. They look awesome on your stream, but on mine, my like actual client, they don't look like anything. It looks like a blank square flying by. So it's really hard to test stuff when like looks good for you. See the green orbs coming by hitting those enemies, but it doesn't look like that for me. So there's just like little touch ups that need to happen with the foundation and the platform. But we're trying to do different things, and um, you know, like using different materials and animations, the light sources. There's like 20 million polys right now being
mhm.
rendered. Um,
20 million. Oh
so
my God. So on
yeah,
the flip side, like yes, I am seeing the orbs like from your attacks coming through on my screen, just like super nice. So and on my end, my attacks, I don't really see them. For me, it just looks like I'm pushing the enemy. But like, what do you see on your end when I?
yeah. So I think are you the I think which one are you? The cyberpunk, the one that shoots the lasers. So I think if you went like further away from your enemies, Sin, you would see an actual laser beam pulse. So
If I
you're
went further?
yeah, you're a ranged attack, so you can stand further away from the enemies and attack them.
Let's see. Maybe,
So like
maybe.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I saw a little
yeah,
beam, but it was like a little white,
yeah, because
like
you're really close to hitting that one, so the beam changes the size based on your distance. So like
it,
come south and like keep coming south, and there should be a huge group just of these spider drones,
oh,
and like stand away, and you should see a beam now.
no. How do I zoom out?
Shift. Well, this okay. So that's a good question. This is like Shift E if you've already zoomed in, but if we need to zoom,
There we go.
like change the zoom levels, you
Yeah.
can. We
And
did
I
it.
mean, even with a suggestion to like open up Shift E and Shift F, would it be possible to like make the zoom like Shift mouse wheel?
Uh, if the mouse wheel was supported, again, like
Yes,
it's not.
true.
That's why, like the foundation, I'm really impressed with like leaning into developer focused items, but like I want them even more, like expose the whole keyboard.
Hmm.
Um, so do you see the laser beam on your end?
Kinda. It's still like a flashing little white
Oh, I know why. I
streak
know why.
that goes.
Yes, it's the distance of your mouse, right? So like if you click, and that's another thing we want to change, right? Like if you have your mouse right in front of your guy, it's saying I only want to attack to this distance. So like right
Mhm.
now, if your mouse is over an enemy, it'll see. There you go. It'll attack to that enemy length.
Yeah. But like what do you see on your screen? Do you like see a full on like Kamehameha just like going across the screen, or is it like
I see
that?
a laser. Yeah, I see the
Okay,
laser beam.
okay. But then like if you look at my stream, it's like it's like a quick little flash
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
line.
The emote doesn't line up because we haven't built
Mhm.
the emotes yet for that. So it should be like more of a shooting, like a pew pew kind of shooting. Um, but try your ultimate. So like hold, I think it's space and then click, and then you'll get 12 seconds of your ultimate and see what happens with that.
All
I
right,
don't
all
know if it,
right. I'll do it to this group right here. Oh my God.
keep,
Uh,
and then it changes. Yeah. So that's like your ultimate. for that class, and they changed. Different classes have different ultimates.
Nice, nice. I can,
So we're
you can
working on
definitely
the
see, you can
yeah.
definitely see the work that has been put in.
Yeah, so just trying different things. Like we're trying to not use Blender and like use Meshy, but also use Decentraland, how they do materials, and really like levy the platform. And so uh, that's what we're doing with like the animations and the rendering and the lights and all that stuff, the power
Mm,
ups, the spells, the attacks.
nice, nice. Yeah, I could see myself getting addicted to this.
Let's see. Oh yeah, your stream's a little delayed. Like
Yes.
my ultimate, I think shoots like 3. So let me see. You should see
Oh,
like
I think I'm seeing him. Yeah, here.
yeah,
I w- I guess I more or less see like maybe it's two or maybe it is three, but they're like one of them
yeah,
is
they yeah, we gotta fix like the timing of them. But then there's
mhm.
like little things to do. There's things to pick up. Yeah, it's basically an open world. And yeah, it's fun. All the stuff is from Meshy AI, and we like did an optimizer from Meshy. We did. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. My guys are shooting out some stuff. Um, so it's all multiplayer, all synced. Um, so yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Come join on Thursday. It's all integrated into the Forge. So I want to make it really easy for people to just like. I don't know how long the foundation is going to take for the server stuff. I hope it's quick. Um, so in the meantime, make it really easy for people to just like save things and then get them.
Oh, I'm here messing around with the inventory. Looks like the inventory like equipping is working.
Yeah, and they should change on the character when you like equip and unequip. We'll have to check that, and then I'm not sure what level you are. That's what I'm working on today. There's levels like your attack changes as your level changes. So working on that. Again, this is all meshy, all AI, all cursor. Wanted to take that approach to like building a video game inside Decentraland, like not programming.
So cool. Yeah, I mean, good. I mean, great work from the Planet Engzar team and yourself, of course.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm really impressed with the areas. They look really cool. Even in like the daytime, I don't know. I think you should be able to change the time of day. Like in the daytime, they look cool. There's huge zones. They all look different. They have lore. Misa's done a great job with the lore. Um, and so yeah, we're just continuing to layer on some of the VFX stuff and do the enemy balancing. Yeah, so those guys should shoot back at you too. Um, just trying to like push the platform and all the stuff that they do. So come join on Thursday and see what's possible, and like trying to be as updated as possible with the locomotion and physics. So I'm pushing to get that stuff released. They already have the documentation released, so I was juiced. Um, you know, I have an idea for other games as well. I mean, think of like pinball or other bouncy games. Now that you can apply force to avatars, it would be really, really cool.
And if
So,
people remember, so have you? So the Easter egg hunt last year was built using the what you made. Have you? Has there improvements been made on that? Is it still the same? How's that coming to make a
yeah,
quest that's worldwide?
yeah. So it's the same like setup, but the back end is all on chain. So you wouldn't notice a difference, but like when you create a quest, it actually gets minted on chain, and then everybody gets like a quest badge for starting the quest, and then the metadata updates as your progress updates, which is really cool. So yeah, like I want to do yeah. If anybody wants to do, I pitched it. There's a community jumpstart program in Decentraland. I think it'd be cool. to get the communities on board and do a multi-scene quest again. That would be fun.
And
That,
is that 5 p.m. our time on Thursdays? Sinful said 8. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
yeah,
Oh,
it's 5 our time, Meta Beast.
thank you for talking about that.
Yeah, and so yeah, I'll drop down, but thanks for having me up. Like I haven't joined in a while. Good to hear from everybody. So yeah, I'll drop down. If you have any questions, just let me know.
For sure. Thank you, Lastrom. Always good to hear from you and get the update. And I'm happy I got to like try out some things today because like yeah, during the event we could not get it running. But we did it. We're back. And also anyone that wants to test, it is planetangzar.dcl.eth. Type it into the chat bar or into the chat, and you can jump there and try it
I'm
out.
gonna go check it out on mobile right now.
Oh boy.
Does it works on mobile?
I'm gonna go find out.
That's going
We're
to be
gonna go.
such a game changer.
That should have been a place we went to test for the mobile testing they just had, which just ended last Tuesday. Come to think of it, probably should have been one we should have gone to test at.
Let's see. Lastrom's coming back up as a speaker, so maybe he can let us know.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Lastrom.
no, I came back up. So it looks so sick on mobile. Um, the week ago it didn't work because it was point and click. So like you would have to click the screen, and I don't think the mobile has that yet. So now that we've moved to the WASD, I haven't tried it yet, so it should work. I think the UI is a little off. Like the mobile UI, so when you select a character, it might be a little tricky with the UI buttons and trying to like type in your name. We have to fix that, but I am super curious how the WASD movement looks, because it looks really sick. And again, um, just quickly, like it's a 300 megabyte scene, even though it's on a world server, so we try to keep it really low. But the poly count, it's within limits. I mean, 10,000 per parcel. We have 3,500 parcels. That's 35 million polys. So like technically within the bounds, but it might melt your phone. So put on like your stove glove or something when you play with it.
How do you spell that, Sinful? Because I'm trying to search it in the Discover, and I'm not.
The
Angzar
word.
has two
Go ahead.
A's.
Two A's. That's what I thought. And it's Planet Angzar. Dot.
Yeah, just one word, Planet Angzar. I'm super curious. I'm actually
It's,
gonna go on my phone and test as well because it's just a different like perspective of Decentraland and moving. So very curious how it works with the new
it,
joystick.
I'm not finding it in the search, so that's something I think they need to work on is the search. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go here. Oh, go
Yeah, does
ahead. Go
that
ahead.
like if you're looking in world because I'm just pulling up the map and I looked up planet because it seems like it should come up if you just do planet, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
Meta
search.
Beast just now in the places, like how like they implemented the new places thing in Decentraland. I looked up planet and it's the first option. Sorry, Camille.
No, no, no.
Where?
Where
What?
was that?
So like how they implemented the new places thing like in replacement to my explore page. If you press V on your keyboard, Z for zebra, it
Don't
brings
have
up
that on
the
mobile, unfortunately.
maybe you should have a Z in your mobile.
Well,
I don't make the rules.
all they got is favorites, most active, last visited, events, and featured. They don't have places.
uh hmm,
That's
okay.
interesting because like I'm looking it up on the map and it doesn't work there. But it does. I
On
did see it on the places.
yeah, on the map. Well, maybe this is because it's not on the Genesis City.
Hmm.
Maybe they like made it so now the yeah, no, yeah, I'm looking it up on the map planet, and no, I see Sonic Planet
Because
as
I
the
feel
first
like
option.
most people would find it through the map, like new users would use the map before they'd use the Z key. But I don't know. I don't know. I
Well,
guess I'm just like I'm. It's a habit for me, so I don't know.
yeah, I think for maybe a new user, once it'll be easier for them to like kind of get to into this new habit here. Because I agree, I go into the map search bar all the time, but yeah, yep, planet, and then we have Sonic Planet.
I don't find it under
Uh,
events either. So just FYI, I'm going to mention that in the mobile thing because I don't
I'm sure
think
Toxic is taking notes.
I don't think most active and favorite. Well, favorites works, but most active and some of these, I don't think they update very quickly.
Also, one thing to make sure, like if you're building, when you make your scene, make sure you go in and like put the little tags of different things like education or places. Because for a long time I didn't realize I had to go in and do that. So then, it wasn't showing up. So just make sure that you've got those on there so that it does show up.
Yo, I don't know if I misheard last time, but bro, was he talking about tokens being on base in Decentraland?
He said you can create a coin or token for quests and stuff, and that is on base.
Like base chain, right?
Base chain, correct? Yes.
Bruh, that's crazy. No way, really? But I was trying to explore something like that, but it was forcing me to do a bridge on Polygon first. But that's awesome. That's crazy, bro. So tokens straight on base can be deployed inside of Decentraland now.
I'm not sure what you mean by deployed on Decentraland.
Uh,
I don't know that they're
I,
necessarily in Decentraland.
Sorry.
yeah, I believe it's all through the Forge, but I think last term's coming
I
back
know.
up
Sorry
here to
about that.
answer the question.
Yeah, great
No, no worries.
question. Yeah, the Forge is like a crazy middle layer. So, we made the ability for creators at the Forge to create your own token on base. You can give it an initial supply. You can give the supply to a different wallet. You can um, give the supply 0, and then through the Forge, like drop down actions and things. Like I created an action saying give 10, give 10 coins, right? And so in your DCL scene, you take that like little ID for that action and put it in your smart item. And when somebody clicks on something, it'll ping the Forge and say, here's their wallet. They're not a guest user. Send them 10 coins. And it'll actually mint 10 coins to that wallet of your creator coin on base.
Base blockchain, right? That's crazy. Last time, how'd you do it? That's so awesome, dude. Bro, it was forced to I was just
Yeah.
working with Claude, right? It was forcing me to build a bridge on Polygon, bro. It's like, yo, you gotta like, that's how you gotta do it. But I don't know, bro. If you want to share, if I don't know if you want to, but like, I'd love to know.
So I don't know what you were doing with the bridge, but this is like the coin didn't exist before. So like if you wanted a green surfer coin, you could just create it on base. Kind of like just creating a coin, just like straight up creating a coin on base. So that is not available on Polygon. It wouldn't be available on Ethereum. It's literally on base. But the way the Forge does it is it makes it free and easy to do. It costs me the Forge, the platform for you to do that. It costs about 1 penny to let you create a token. And then every time you mint tokens to somebody, it costs 1/10 of a penny for the base for the Forge. Now, the power of it is like this, where each week in our Planet Angzar, part of our Jumpstart, we do giveaways. And so I give away Ethereum USDC. Okay. So at the Forge, you can create an item and say, I want to this item is $50, and it says, okay, well, send us your $50 and we'll create the item for you. So it's an Ethereum item, right? So great. Now you go into Decentraland, which is what, like metaverse on Polygon. You go and pick up the loot bag, and it pings the forge and says, hey, they got this loot bag, and the forge will send them the $50 on Ethereum. The bridge, which is crazy, is the actual coins. Think of this: your base coins, your creator tokens. You can create a reward that says this $50 of USDC is actually like 100 in-game tokens on base. So if you get 100 in-game tokens on base, you go to the Forge website, you say, hey, wow, I've got 100 Greensifer tokens. What can I buy? And it's like, oh, well, Greensifer said you could turn in 100 tokens and get $50 on Ethereum. So it handles all of that. So it would take your 100 Greensifer coins out of your wallet on base and give you 50 USD on Ethereum. And that's what we're testing, like, through Planet Ingzar.
Bro, that's so awesome. That is so awesome, Lastrom. Like, that's so awesome, bro. I was trying to work on it, but bro, I can't do it. I'm actually like brainlet, right? But I'm so happy somebody did, bro. Because I think like base is definitely untapped, right? There's so much activity going on there, and honestly, everybody's screaming metaverse right now, bro. So it like if we are able to bring base to Decentraland, bro, I think that's so awesome, bro. And I think this is such a great tool that'll actually like really really help because like people want like tokens, bro, and they want like utility inside of the metaverse with these said tokens, bro. And the money is kind of like pushing on base right now for creators, especially, right? So that's sick, bro. I'm so happy.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's we're just trying to empower creators to like not have to program everything. You just go in, drag, drop, click, and do things. There's one thing tying it back to Decentraland. I saw in their all hands or somewhere they're working on their own chain, and I just like if anybody's going to listen to this playback or Canessa, go back to the DAO or Genesis Labs. Like, do not do that. Please don't spend time creating another chain specifically for Decentraland. Polygon is great, but it gets bogged down. Just look at Base. Like, I think it's a really poor use of effort. So if anybody else saw that or has insight, please let me know because I just think that's really stupid. We don't need another chain. But just to wrap it up, if anybody has any questions, let me know. The Forge, again, we're testing all this stuff, and we want to get it right for you guys, especially with the token creation. So making it super easy for everybody, integrating the Creator Hub, and then there's a web interface. Go to the Forge, and you can set all this stuff up without programming. So we're testing all that on chain right now. Like literally everything you do is on chain. You create a quest, that quest like template is on chain. You create like an action. We actually have like a puzzle piece maker for logic, right? Where if you go if this then this, kind of like dragging puzzles. If anybody's familiar with like blueprints and Unity and Unreal, we basically have that at the Forge. So you create your own blueprint, and guess what? It's stored on chain. It's super cool. So like no database or anything. We're really trying to be on chain, and it costs nothing on base. So please come and test on Thursdays to help us with it because we want people to use it and use it in Decentraland and make it easier to do stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask.
Last from like we can like you were saying how we can use them in games, right? That are in Decentraland.
Use what in games?
These tokens, like these creator tokens.
Yeah, they're your tokens, so you can use the creator can choose how you want to use them, and you can give other people access as well, or just anything that you create because you have the special like ID, you have the special like secret for that coin, and you can do whatever you want with it. And so the Forge, again, the smart item, you can come in and say like, oh, I have 10 tokens, and show the person's tokens from before in like a UI or something, and then they get more tokens, and then it's actually on chain. We're not like saving it to a database, and then they come back, and you get more tokens.
It's kind of like a different question. What do you think about like the tokens that already exist on base? Do you think we can somehow like use those tokens as well inside of Decentraland for these games?
I'm trying to think because you would have there has to be like a supply of that token, right? And you don't control the supply. So how would you give out like a different token on base? Like you don't have the minting rights.
I mean, if they did.
Oh yeah, I mean it could be you could do anything. Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the forge again, like if you had other tokens that you wanted to use, and you don't have to create your own token. You can basically give like the 50,000 tokens to the forge of whatever other token you have, and then slowly give them out to people as they do actions.
You just need the supply, right? Um, but my like I basically just I don't know, bro. Like Claude was just being mean to me, bro. It was like, no, there's no way. You have to like create a liquidity pool on Polygon for it to be functional. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's again, you're trying to take like that's kind of like foreign exchange, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so
exactly. It was so complicated, bro. I was just like, bro, what?
yeah, that's not really what we're doing. We're like we're basically like the foreign exchange swap. So you give us some, and you tell us how many to give us of the green super coin, and then you tell us how many USD to give back to you on what chain. So we're not like a liquidity pool; it's straight input output. If somebody decided this would be crazy, or you to like you create your own coin at the forge, you could create a liquidity pool. No one's stopping you. It's on base. It's public. When you create the coin, you have absolute rights. You're the creator of the coin. And so if you wanted to, then you could create your own liquidity pool and attach like monetary value to the actual coins coming from the game. Or you could have it be derived where it's like you sell items in the marketplace at the forge. And we did that. We did that before when we were testing. And it's like, one skin is 100 green super coins, right? And so then value gets derived by how many coins, right, it takes to get that value.
Yeah, that's literally the only utility I was looking for, bro. Like I'm just like it doesn't need to be that complicated, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could easily do that. The forge, you could make a wearable, give the forge minting rights, and then list your items for a different coin, like an in-game coin.
No, that's sick, dude. That's sick. Like this will create a lot of games. Like this was very needed, dude. Like this was very needed. We didn't have coins in Decentraland since like a long time. Like I
Like,
think
yeah, I
like
think a lot of people
ice
try.
is probably
Yeah.
like what I
Well,
can
oh,
remember.
I was gonna say to this community, now that I haven't been up in a while. Like, does anybody want to make a casino? I mean,
Everyone, let's go. I'm telling you, bro. Like everyone should be making casinos, bro.
I don't know. I've been back into Grand Theft Auto recently, and sitting at the casino dropping fake money is hilarious with my family, my brother, and cousins across the world. And it's like, what I miss this in Decentraland.
Bro, like last time I was so bored. I showed it to Kanessa a little bit. And but I made like a little boxing game, on my parcel, and then I went and made like RuneScape with it, and I created a casino too, but because it's so easy, it's actually that easy, bro. It was like two prompts. It was two prompts. I was like, yo, dude, it made such an insane casino. You could bet on everything, everything. And so at the end of all of like that, right? I was stuck with it's just like, okay, now this is just arbitrary money. How do you actually like make it a token, right? And that's why I was like looking into like, okay, how do we do it, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need to actually find somewhere with like where there's people based, right? So like that's where like what you're saying is like it's so perfect, bro, because I'm telling you, vibe coding has made like getting to the point where I'm at so easy. But to actually like full on go ahead and execute it, bro, that's what the piece you're adding right now, because that's what everybody else needs, bro. Because they will get to a point where they can build out like whatever creative ideas, but they will not be able to bring a token inside Decentraland because they'll get stuck. I like it looks
Yeah.
easy, but it's not. It's actually genuinely not.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited to hear. Like Canessa's vibe coding and programming and stuff, and then the foundation wants to have a server that is of free use, and that you can like say, armor 10 or coins 5, right? But that lives in like a database that's not really on chain, but at least they're helping people, get there. So I'm with Planet Eggs are trying to show that Decentraland is more than like it's like a platform, right? And what can you do with this platform? Kind of like HyperFi or 3JS or something like that, or other side, right? It's like it doesn't always have to be like you're out of the box thinking in terms of like this game or a casino or a stage or like this. What can you do with this platform? And so that's what we're trying to do with Decentraland is like push the boundaries of the actual limitations of the client, and then like, oh well, this could be cool. And that's why we switched back to the WASD, because I think the locomotions and logistics on that are going to be awesome. I mean, think like I've always wanted to do red light, green light game. Just think of like pinball or like American Ninja Warrior. Now that you can actually apply force to an avatar and not do it in a hacky way, like think of like a ball swings and hits the player. Like you can bounce them way the hell off the map, right? So that'd be. I'm super excited again to like showcase the platform's capabilities. And then, with vibe coding, it's like, well, damn, now I need a server. How do I do this? And that's kind of where Forge fills the gap.
Bro, I'm learning things that I normally would never ever learn. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I would not even think about storage. Like, I like this whole time I was in Decentraland, I never ever thought about storage. I remember Pepe God like talking about storage a bunch of times, but I'm just like whatever, right? Bro, Claude basically like, all you got to do is just be like, "Yo, do everything." And it'll be like, "Yup, storage too." It made it like like it found a way to store data for free. I thought that was crazy. I don't even know how it works, but it did it. It's like if you want to get serious, you can pay, but like this is how I can do it for free. I was like, that's crazy, bro. But it like last time, what are you finding like what vibe coding can't do in Decentraland even right now?
Well, part of it is like when you go in, everyone does 3JS, right? Like in the browser, when they vibe code these games, you see Vibe Sailing, you see, all these other games. They're amazing. It's because the platform is really built out for developers, like 3JS in terms of animations, physics, materials, texture, shading. And just Decentraland just doesn't have it yet. But they do have some good things with materials and shaders and stuff. So what I was trying to do with Planet Anxar is like somebody that knows how to program but doesn't know how to do VFX, like visual effects, is figure out how to do that in Decentraland without creating like a 3D model of a beam with animations and tweens and particles, but like try to do that in Decentraland. So I don't think the limitation is in vibe coding. I think the limitation is in what the platform can do right now. And again, once the locomotion, like I said, I think the last 3 4 months, as much as I harp on the client, like they have focused the foundation on like developer centric updates, which are fantastic.
Bro, I'm telling you, last time I wouldn't even know what a tween was, like before like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. Like the simple.
I'm
Do you know what a tween is?
Between your adolescent years and
Yeah.
your teenage years.
See what I mean, bro? Why are you guys quiet then, huh? You guys should be like, yo, we don't know it either, bro. I'm
No,
telling
that's
you.
it though. That was a tween. The
Yeah.
tween.
Tweens
It,
teach you that you know nothing. Just take it from me. I know nothing. If you need to, if you think you know something, you can borrow mine, and they can remind you.
but
That's
actually,
I
Sin said the right answer. Didn't you say
I
like
am
between?
the tween.
Didn't you say between two things?
Yep.
That's what a tween is. I want to go from point A to point B. I'm between these two things. Like what? How do I go between these two? These like or how do I scale between these two sizes? That's literally you answered it without knowing you knew the answer already, which is kind of crazy.
But see, they were trying to gaslight me, and they're like, "Yo, no, this is obvious, you know. You should have known." But it's not. It's bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's so awesome learning about Decentraland from Claude itself, bro. It's so sick, bro. It makes me appreciate Decentraland so much more personally. You know, it's like it gives me like wings. Like, before it's like you actually couldn't do nothing, bro. You actually couldn't do nothing, and because like technology keeps going forward, right? Like people who just didn't know how to build, they would have genuinely been left behind. But I'm telling you, bro, it's actually easy, bro. Like I'm genuinely curious to see like how it actually like goes about this time around, bro. Because previously, bro, it was kind of gate kept. I don't know if you guys probably agree, right? Like people kind of had to, go to teams that were ready. They had everything and they knew how to build, right? Majority of the people didn't even know how to build. So decentralization didn't really properly exist before, bro, right? It kind of has these, I mean, okay of a shot now, right? Because at least now people can build out their own casinos, bro. If they don't want that one casino, you can just go build your own, bro, and it's free. You can make your own token too, bro, if you really want, right? But it gives me hope, bro, personally. You know, I'm excited, dude. Like this cycle will actually be so much fun, especially being inside of Decentraland. Because like what I'm hearing from everybody else, bro, these guys want Minecraft, bro. They're not gonna be able to go to Minecraft or Roblox and make coins in crypto there, bro. You know?
Well,
So
actually,
this
you
is
can connect to the forge from Roblox, but yeah, separate
so
conversation.
but do you think there's like legal issues? Or no,
I don't know. I don't care. I just do it anyway.
no, for them if they want.
Uh, no, but yeah, I mean, I tested it with like KJ Walker and somebody else, and like you could sync your Roblox account to the forge, and then again just get an action, and then the forge gives you coins. So probably broke some rules there, but whatever.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Roblox is always there's always rules being broken in there. I don't know if you've seen the latest video of threesome in there. Like,
No, but that's hilarious. I actually, my mom
yep.
was like, "You need to talk to your little second cousins who play Roblox because there's a bunch of predators." I was like, "Yeah, mom, where have you been?" Like, there's a bunch of pedos
The,
in there going nuts. It's crazy. They got to figure that
the
out.
the pedos have been around since I was a kid playing fucking shit. So
Yeah.
But isn't that crazy, bro? Isn't that crazy? There's literally a metaverse designated for people like that, bro. That's crazy, bro.
and
That's
and the platform protects them too.
That's crazy, bro. That's actually genuinely crazy, bro. That's genuinely crazy that it's an actual open thing, bro. And
Welcome to America.
yeah, bro, that's crazy, bro. People make it seem like it's like FUD or like just like a rumor or whatever bullshit, bro. But that's crazy, bro. That's insane. Bro, I love Decentraland, bro. I'll protect this my green square until the day I die, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This is
Well,
my
that's the thing.
fucking
We
house, bro.
the thing is that here with we don't have kids, so we're not supposed to. We're yeah, this platform isn't for kids, so yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
look,
but
I'm
it's
gonna
still such
I'm
a
gonna get
wonderful thing.
going. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I appreciate you having me up again. Still active in Decentraland and trying to push the limits and do other things to make it easier for creators. Not just for Decentraland. The Forge again can connect anywhere, other side, HyperFi, Decentraland, Roblox, 3JS. We built it like that on purpose. So it's a lot of testing, and we appreciate you guys helping out on Thursdays, coming and testing that stuff. So I'm around on Discord, but I appreciate the time.
Shout out you, Last Room. Thank you for building like wonderful products, dude. We needed
Thank
this.
you, Lestrum.
Thank you. Go make some pizza.
So Canessa, I had or maybe not so much now, but like for a while there, we had half a circle going.
I know. I want to see if we can if if it will create a real circle or if it'll be like kind of there, kind of not. I don't know.
I think as long as we bust out our protractors and make sure we mark our where you know mark where to begin and end. I think we'll get a full circle.
I think so. Okay, I just found something interesting on the marketplace. If anybody wants to buy a piece of land with a POI already on it, because they are selling their land and their POI is still there in the University District, negative 24,103. Looks like a 9-piece parcel of land with a POI. Is for
Sounds
sale for $873.
Someone better buy that before I go into the DAO and put in a proposal to remove that POI.
I think we. I think we. I think we. Yeah. I mean, I'd say yeah. Let's just go take it off. But I don't know. Actually, it looks like some really nice land, and then there's something. There's a piece right next to it, floored for $66. So please go buy it. I don't need any more land, but I'm like, this would
I
be a
do.
nice piece to have. But yeah, in the University District, that's a bummer because I thought that was a really nice place. University Green Space Middle. Well, that's a weird name anyway, but oh, interesting. Yep, that's all. That's the floor price actually for land has gone up. I'd say in the last 2 weeks there was a lot of land, a lot of activity, a lot of friends were able to get some land. I'd say like 2 weeks ago in kind of, our usual territory, and now there's a bunch of parcels, but the floor is like I'd say $20 higher than it was a few weeks ago, and pretty consistent. So nice to see that. But still a lot of
roadside
land out there.
roadside estates are like 2-3x their prices too. Bro, like land's actually getting gobbled up pretty nicely, bro. Like bro, eventually there will be like nothing left to sell, bro. It's scary. It's scary. Like it tests your patience and stuff. It really does. But there is actually genuinely a finite amount of land parcels out there. Unless they're adding supply currently, which I don't think they are, right? But yeah, dude, they're getting gobbled up, dude. It's rising. I was trying to get more, but but I'm like, yo, dude, okay, just maybe just slow and steady, right? But like roadside estates are actually like 2-3x what they were. I grabbed. I was lucky. I grabbed like what they were trading before. I was like around 1,000 mana per parcel for roadside. Now they're not. So and like before, like that's what I was able to get. Like before that, like it was a little bit even lower than that. So like, bro, it's actually rising. It's genuinely actually like somebody's buying it up. Someone's actually very, very interested inside of Decentraland. Otherwise, it would be like just capitulating like everything else right now, which it isn't.
Yeah, good point. I mean, I think it's interesting just to see like land next to different people or different places like that. That's huge. I mean, for me, like just being around I don't know, just knowing your neighbors, I guess, like that. It's kind of funny. I All of my land used to be different spots on the map. Now it's all like the upper, northwest quarter, and all the other places on the map. Like I really don't even go there. So I'm like, I don't know, should I like? I probably won't keep most of that land, but um, it's funny how you like the way that you interact with the map changes. I mean, Kasrustan is like that's been there, that's the same, but otherwise, like the little hubs, it would be so cool to see a heat map of like activity on the map over the past 6 years. Like where were the crowds? Like how human migration? How has human migration affected Decentraland?
I I feel like along once upon a time when there was a DAO proposals going out, we had kind of a heat map through the DCL metrics.
Yeah. Well, and GenesisCity.io still has it, but just very like short scale. Like I think the past week or so, not as long as it used to be. Oh my gosh, Peter Parker just came in as a giant eyeball. Here, Genesis City. And I always look up the wrong one. But yeah, Genesis City, you can look it up by like recent changes, which is nice. So you can stalk people, if find out who is like building. If somebody wants to build in secret, be like, haha, sorry. Um, but that's a really nice one, like the time machine option. You can look at changes over time.
So does DCL Metrics website still work? Is it still up? Does it still update?
I don't know, and I don't think so. And I think the one of the better parts of that was really useful, they like deprecated it because we're you were able to see like when the person last logged in, so it was really interesting to see people that came for grants and the last login day was 6 months ago. So then but then I think we could also see maybe some of the foundation employees also, and like check how often they were logging into the platform. So maybe that is why it got deprecated. I don't know.
I think that stuff should be public and they should post it on their website, literally on the Decentraland website, like who is logging on, because like sometimes when these updates get pumped out, it's kind of ridiculous. It feels like they're not using their own platform.
And
Well,
there was a DCL marketplace mobile app, which I don't think works anymore, from what I can tell, either.
well, this map goes to January 8th, 2025. It doesn't go past that, but you can compare it to like the existing map today, and you can definitely see changes. Like it's cool. Um, Gosh, we should. This would be such a great like NFT just to like see it moving like this, all the crazy stuff, because it goes from June 11th, 2023 to January 8th, 2025. All right, who's this moment of silence brought to you by
Obviously Rustan,
yep.
he is the proprietor of Casa Rustan, which hosts MoFi Mondays every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And today, and I mean this week, we might have something special where Beyond the NFT might move to Casa Rustan. So there will be no moving parts after MoFi Monday. We're gonna go straight into Beyond the NFT with Bitcoin.
Awesome. I'm so glad you are interviewing Bitcoin.
I'm
Just
homeless.
yeah, well, you're um Bitcoin, I'm so glad I got to meet in California. And Bitcoin is like the perfect example of, you think you know all the mega fans of the platform, and then you meet somebody that's like a mega fan, and you're like, who are you? Where did you come
B-
from?
bigger fan than you are, and you're like, whoa,
I
whoa,
mean,
whoa.
I'm not saying that he had like a dripped out Letterman's jacket DCL themed, but maybe he was had some drippy DCL swag and presented gifts that like you could tell like heart and soul were put into them. So it was really cool. So I'm glad that you're gonna talk to Bitcoin and people get to know him a little bit better. That
Yo, imagine if uh, if we actually were like kind of like focused to explore the entire map, right? We would probably find bigger fans than all of us, dude, of the platform. They're probably just hiding, dude. I'm telling you, like, I was thinking about it right now about what you were saying, right? Like, of how like the migration has been, for like people and how where they go, right? But then I started thinking about how like just human history has been, and how there was cultures that were isolated. They were great cultures, and they were isolated for a very, very long time until like exploration and stuff like that, right? And I was like, bro, there's probably so many people that like are DCL maxis in every single corner of Decentraland, and we should probably go fucking look for them and find every single one of them, bro. And if there was like some way where we actually were exploring all of Decentraland, like because I know we have like quests and stuff now, right? But I wonder how like we could actually make it to a point where we explore the whole map. Um, and just do stuff to a point where people would end up finding stuff that's everywhere, to a point where the migration map, the heat map, would show like that every single like part of Decentraland actually does get activity, if you know what I mean, and if it makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. I mean, I think just even seeing like the Genesis City map when it shows like where recent activity, like where something has been built recently, it looks so cool. Like I love checking that out and just seeing like let's see recent changes here. If you put it in night mode and then recent changes, I mean you can see probably always cantinas showing up because I'm always swapping out the scene. Um but I bet it, yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? I see some activity down south on the map from the school from Vietnam. That's here. That's cool. Uh, like, yeah, it's so cool that you can see what people are building, and I mean, it's kind of cool to keep stuff secret too. So, like, maybe people don't know that this tool is out there that uh, if I were Billy T Coin, I'd use this for ABCs. Like, all right, what are you deploying? What are you deploying? Um, but yeah, I think getting out there and exploring. I wonder if we're even doing that as much as we used to. I feel like we used to explore a lot, just like run across the map and go see new stuff. And now, I don't know. For me, I'm like hanging out and just chilling way more than I used to. So I'm like, I gotta go explore again. I think.
But imagine, Kanessa, if you feel like that, how does like the normie user like feel, right? Like, they should want, like, they probably want to explore all of, bro, Decentraland's massive, right? Like, bro, imagine like you should essentially like never run out of things to do inside of Decentraland, right? It's like a whole universe in there, right? So, bro, it'd be so sick if like um, we actually were kind of like traveling and like looking around and kind of like it's fun, like teleportation's fun and stuff, right? But bro, I was just I was just thinking, right? It's like it is kind of cool. Like, I wonder, like, not everybody in Decentraland is like, even you guys probably know, right? And you guys know fucking everybody, right? Imagine, right? Imagine, like, there's probably people that are DCL maxis, bro, that are actually genuinely just, they just probably just show up and they probably just do their own thing. They're probably like next level and they just keep to themselves and they probably would be caught off guard and they'd be like, yo, dude, there's other people here also, right? Like, I didn't know, right? And I think that would actually be so helpful for the platform, because that would essentially like give you an opportunity to like meet your neighbors and stuff rather than like, just being like kind of like, you show up, you stay, um, and then you just log off, you know?
I think that was one of the cool things about like the bull run in like 2021 and 2022 is you could exist here and never run across other people that were completely spending as much time as you were, but in a different place. Like the party scene, like there was for some of us, there wasn't much overlap with like the poker players. Like people would be in the casinos all day, but then there'd be people like, getting hired for brands and like promoting and partying and we wouldn't sometimes we'd like overlap and be like, "Oh, hey, oh, what do you do here?"
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's such a cool feeling is like and then there were the other games, there were the people hanging out in Wilderness and Butterfly Prawn and um
Wonder Mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They're like the gaming crowds and yeah, the partiers, or like I mean even just the explorers or builders. Like the builders also had their own like kind of thing going. I miss that.
and Metabeast.
So, question. I'm looking at the communities. Is that can anyone create one
You can
of for
create one
what
right now.
Yeah.
for whatever I want,
Yep.
and
It-
it doesn't get approved or unapproved?
You
Definitely
can
not
create
because
one.
Is that something we would want to consider like a point of interest in the DAO? Because and this not is not necessarily a bad thing in this instance, but I'm seeing two communities with the same cover, and it's Club 13, but one is different. I don't know why one
That
has Club 13's image on theirs, but I also see different training ones or get questions answered. Um, I feel that some of those should be official, and we should not have to worry about ending up in a community that is going to give us bad information. Is just kind of what I'm getting at. So I'm
So
wondering.
that is more of a foundation thing and less of a DAO thing. Like maybe DAO for like getting the community sentiment, like yes, this is bad, but like the DAO can't do anything about it.
and
It
that's
would be
yeah. And there's a glitch maybe that you're seeing where sometimes the cover is over somebody else's event. Like if you and sometimes that happens like if you scroll down and then back up, you might see like CBD cover over like beyond the NFT. And that's happened a
yes.
few times.
Yes, like right now, I went into the communities and in the search part, I clicked club, or I mean, I typed club, and I'm seeing one of each, like Club 13 with its logo, and then all the other, and I see Hayabusa's my not so secret club that I requested to join literally months ago and have not been approved. So like. Yeah.
And I mean, I think they probably need to clean it up a little bit. Like I know there's one club that I know a lot of people joined. It's like a fashion club and it's such a good idea and like I talked to the person when they came in. They made the club and then I had to teach them how to go up the stairs because they had never actually been in Decentraland and that club has 75 people. So that tells me that there's huge interest like the concept that they have is definitely something that people want, but I have not seen them in Decentraland since that day, and that was like November. So I don't know, like I think they kind of need to, like, if you're not going to use it, it should be maybe like, I don't know, not archived, but just to like go into quiet mode or something so that people can, I don't know, like the ones that are
It
actively like using these are out
it
there.
The community's status is as dormant or as active as the account is. I like that thought.
Say
Yeah,
that
or like,
again.
yeah.
What, the community status is as dormant or active as the account that made it,
Does that Okay, well,
or it should be.
here's my question then. How are these sorted? Because they don't seem to be sorted by uh,
It,
alphabetical order, and they don't seem to be sorted by number of members.
Yeah,
they used to be sorted in a really cool way, which was by membership, who had the highest and who had the lowest. But I don't know, somewhere in the someone in the foundation thought maybe that's not a good idea,
well,
or
because
they don't use it and they don't know. Go
I'm
ahead.
I
thinking most
think,
active.
yeah, I mean, I can totally see how that is going to reward the groups that already, I mean, CBD has some of the most numbers, and so like that's going to keep CBD on top and keep getting them in. Like, I personally think it's good to mix it up and have it random, just because there's a lot of people here that are totally active, totally busy, but maybe they just don't have the same amount of numbers. So I don't know. I think,
I
like, for me, when I saw that, yes, then my communities weren't on top,
I
but I think that that's healthier because then everybody gets a chance to be seen. It's like randomized.
I would like to defend our CBD because, like, I mean, all of us at CBD work hard to stay active and host these events for, I don't know, 195 weeks. So I feel like we deserve kind of some sort of like, hey, like this community has is very active. Bump them to the top during their events. And
No,
then maybe after the event, they can be sorted out or whatever.
I think as long as you're continuously active, you should be up at the top. So I don't know if everybody sees it the same either. So on mine, I'm seeing the foundation is first, and then I'm seeing Cheery and the Impossible Dimension is second. I see that from my scan, Decentraland Foundation, which is the first, has the most members. But then I see Community Building Decentraland with 592 next, and Toxic Waifu with 550 next, and I know those are two places that are pretty damn active. Some of these others I'm seeing, well, on Monday, I think is still every on Monday, right? So that's active.
Correct.
Yeah.
And just ABC Decentraland, but I'm not seeing any kind of rhyme or reason as to how these are organized then.
They said they randomized it, and I'm not sure, exactly how it's done. Like, I don't know the algorithm that they're using, but um
I think it's none. There is no algo.
well, I
All
mean,
right.
it's
I'm gonna
always
go mention
something
it to
different.
him.
And I, like, yeah, I don't know. I think I guess I feel firm enough with like who we are that they can put us lower. Like, it's good to let other groups shine. Like, I mean, we have multiple people on CBD helping amplify it. So like if you're a one person team and you're trying to do the same work as like multiple people, maybe you don't have the bandwidth to put in there. So I don't know.
Then why don't they randomize their own community?
How so?
The foundation community is always up top.
I mean, I don't know. I think that that's fair to have to be a
Rules
part
for
of that.
thee, not for me.
Well, I mean, I think if foundation wasn't first, there would be a bigger problem.
Yeah, well, they should feel solid enough about their position. Like you mentioned about CBD, they should we feel solid enough about our position that we don't need to be at the top. Maybe foundation doesn't need to be at the top because they feel solid enough in their position, or they should.
I don't know. Well, I'm okay with it. You guys can bring it. You can bring it up at the next AMA.
I'll start shaking my fist
There you
from
go.
now. Yeah. Grr.
I just think if there's some, so like I think it's really good that people are starting these and using them, and but if they are just going to be, I want to say that I want to say that these communities were also started, or like really, I saw an influx of communities right at the same time as the Jumpstart program. So I'm also thinking that there was There was some confusion that communities were the Jumpstart program, because I know I talked to somebody that was thinking that they were starting a Jumpstart program and they were going to get compensated for running a community here. So I think that that also, maybe the messaging wasn't 100% clear, and so then they started the community and then just walked away from it because it wasn't exactly what they thought that they were doing. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how foundation tracks like how much people are posting, how much people are, going live with these different communities. But I'm gonna keep, I try to amplify other people's events. If you have an event going on and you see me in World, say, hey, my event is starting, and I'll try to post it out from the events that we have access to.
Mhm. I think they need to have a active event or community active event section. So if you have an active event going within your community, you should be have a little row at the top like, oh, active, currently active right now. Check it out. Those are just my thoughts.
So have you seen the new like event page? Because that one is pretty good for like things that are happening right now.
Yes, yes. I am happy. I remember there I think it was like during the last AMA I had asked about it. I'm like, when explore page? Because like I've been waiting for this shit for like since this platform came out, like this 2.0 platform came out, like, and they were like saying that it was coming because that was like, in my opinion, the easiest way to drive traffic to your event from new users. And I mean, even as a welcome guide, I'm sure like now it can be a lot easier for you to be like, hey, there's an active event right now. Go to look in your left bar, go to the events, and there's an active, you'll see the active event. Opposed to like, oh yeah, well there is an event coming up in like 1 minute, and it should you can only jump to it once it pops up on this live now board, but you'll have to like restart or reload for you to see it, and you can't go over here to the calendar and jump to it because no one was thoughtful enough to like think that people may want to jump to their events early.
Yeah, it's nice to have ways to get to events like I would say like nonverbal cues to get to events, because from what we're finding is that so many friends that are joining us, English is not their first language, and the translation tool is awesome in chat. However, to tell them that there's a translation tool in chat is hard. Like,
Yep,
so
yep.
I try to write like three little dots to show them. Or Sebga did awesome yesterday. I don't know if Sebga was fluent in Portuguese, but I think they might have gone typed their message into a Google Translate, got the Portuguese message, brought it in, and like told them in the language. So that would
And
be something cool, just to have like an automatic message telling about the translation tools, where we could choose what language, like, please say this message in Portuguese. Because then once they're there, then they can start, translating the messages. Um, but even the like typing the chords in chat and being like, that's why I'm always like, click on these blue numbers to teleport. Because I don't want to say like click on these chords, because chords, I don't even know if chords translates to through the translator, because it's coordinates. It's like slang
coordinates do. Yeah.
short for coordinates, but a translation tool might not, it might not translate that. So I think just keeping our messages like super simplistic too. Yeah, but yeah, trying to find ways to get people to find the group.
Can, Can I just take a moment to give Sebka some love because, like, I've been seeing him out here. Like, he contributed to the Winterfest games with the curling game. And I mean, even to like yesterday, I was starting with like when starting the MetaBeat roaming party. I saw like a little text from Sevga like, "Hey, be right back. I'm gonna try to bring my friend here." And then he like, I'm guessing he like jumped over to Genesis Plaza, and like before you know it, he like brought over this user named Patrick. And was like showing him
Yeah.
around and answering questions
I
and
think Patrick was our new Portuguese speaking friend. Yeah.
yes, big love to you, Sevga. Thanks. I mean, I definitely see your, the time and effort you're putting in. So
Yeah.
I have a question. I'm worried about my weasel because she's been chasing her new toy like nonstop. Should I like take it away from her at some point? Because I know these little creatures, like their hearts run like at a million miles an hour just in when they're in resting position. Uh,
You know what'll happen if you do.
she'll start climbing me.
There's your answer.
Well,
Yeah,
she
it's
probably
kind of
needs a break because, like, if it was a real predator in the wild, like, she'd get the prey or it would escape, and then she could take a break. So to like constantly be wrestling with prey, I don't know. Maybe it's
it,
not
it, it
good.
it's hilarious because like this thing like will run around like crazy and she'll like go around and then catch it and then it must have like some sort of sensor that like makes the toy be like, okay, I have been caught, so it'll stop and then she'll like pick it up and take it to like the corner or something, like put it in her hidey hole, and then when she like puts it down and turns around, it like turns on again and then dashes off again. Right back at it.
I bet she loves it.
I see Alan is coming up. I think he's like, yeah, I'm actually a ferret expert, and he's
I know
gonna
nothing about ferrets. I just, but I'll try to learn though. I wanted to say one quick thing about the translator. This is what I've discovered, or that I think works. If you want to tell somebody like, "Hi, uh, there is a translator built into the chat. Click on the three buttons." If you dump that sentence into Google Translate, copy what they spit out into whatever language, into the chat, that will translate perfectly. So I've been using Google Translate for whatever language I want. I type in my stuff in English. It spits out Chinese, whatever language, throw that into the chat, boom. So the chat translator acknowledges, I think, the sentences or that they're produced by Google Translate, but you have to use proper grammar and language and spelling. So you can't say see ya, Seeya. It will not recognize it. It just it breaks stuff up. So if you say see you next time, it'll translate, and then you pop that into the translator, you throw that into the chat and DCL. If they hit translate, it'll translate perfectly almost every time. And I've been practicing this with French, so I know it kind of works. So I would urge people, if the conversation is important, just use proper spelling and periods and capital letters and create a proper functional grammatically correct sentence with proper spelling, and it'll translate like 99% of the time perfectly. Just a little tip. I think that'll make my issue is that you type in all this stuff into, like, so many people are just blah, 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 into chat and it's not translating. And it's because they're not using proper spelling. So
Like
that's
when I
all.
made the bird sounds.
Those are probably gonna not translate properly, or they will just yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, because like a rooster in English goes cock a doodle doo, but in Spanish it goes
That
so
was
like yeah,
fun because there were
Look, if
three
you
of us, different languages, and we were all making like pigeon sounds, and it was like I was like buck buck, and then the other ones I was like, okay, that must be how you say it in your language. So
yet
yeah,
again, you guys are pushing things too far. They put in a translator, and then you're trying to get it to translate bird sounds. Just use
Yeah.
human language and you'll be fine. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding, but
Canessa. You see,
come on,
they
Dri-
give us something
dial it
nice and we break it.
down. So
But I'm an undev. I'm here to break stuff. But what if it did translate? And what if it was like
I can
pigeon?
assure you, it's not. I'm
Damn it.
I'm just so
I'd be
I need another
scared.
coffee. I mean, no, I feel really passionate about communication and language and like the whole point of language. It's all about reducing redundancy and confusion. And like I feel like if you can get one sentence across, boom, everything like just moves on to the next stage. But if people are struggling over just basic communication, it grinds everything to a halt. So
So you
I'm
know
a
what we need, Ellen, is like a Google form that has all of the like the. I mean, there's kind of the
sure.
main languages that we've had
Uh-huh.
new friends join us from. So like that would be really cool just to have that already translated, and you can be like, all right, here's how I say it in Chinese. Here's how I say it in Portuguese. Here's how I
Hmm.
say it in Spanish.
Copy and
That would be really
paste into
cool.
chat. Boom. First thing is there is a built-in translator. This is how you use it, and it'll translate perfectly, and they'll be able to read that, and then it can go from there. But I have thought about doing that too. Is just having like a little spreadsheet, like you're saying, of just different basic hellos and goodbyes and whatever in all these different languages that you just copy and paste really quick. So,
That would be
but try
cool.
using
And
Google Translate. I swear to God, it works
yeah,
perfectly. I just get frustrated with that translator. There's this conversation going on in let's say Spanish. It's like, oh well, what are they talking about? Like only like 3 out of 10 will actually translate properly. So it's because they're using slang, they're using improper spelling. I'll stop going on about
yeah.
that.
No,
I'm a
I
stickler for
realize like
language.
I'm getting lazier about my spelling because like as a teacher, I would never like write a sentence here with a non-capital letter. I'd go back and
Mm,
like completely make it nice. But I now I'm like I'm getting worse, and it's just funny because I'll hit enter, but lately I've been trying to go back and make sure that if it's just a slight misspelling that I don't post it because that translator can't pick it up. So we'll
totally.
see.
And sometimes it just takes one word that's fucked up to throw it off too, I find. So I would, this is again for trying to onboard people with different languages than ours. Simple sentences, short, with a period, where every word is spelled properly, boom, translates every time. So I think that'll help.
And you know what else would be neat is like a database of people and like where they're from and what languages they speak. Because a lot of times, or like we had a new user from Croatia. So then they're like, is there anyone here from Croatia? And I'm like, dang, I don't know. Or maybe there's people that are like, is anyone here from, a specific country? And I'm like, yeah, there is, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it's my place to be like, here, this is somebody from your country, like security and just privacy. I think it's good to let people share that at their own,
Mm.
discretion. But it'd be kind of cool to have a I don't know, like a database of people that are like, yeah, I'm from Colombia. I'm more than happy if people want to reach out, like let people kind of connect together like that, or even use those communities for that reason. Like I know Ola DCL is like a whole Spanish speaking community, which is amazing. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, I don't know.
It
I
feels
think
like
that'd be
something
good.
that maybe gets part of the Decentraland website. There's a page of meet others, and it's a list of people who add their name and their country and their language to it.
Mm.
A little yet another page on the marketplace on the website. I'm gonna say one
So
quick thing, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Because I wish the websites, like the marketplace, like it's not a bad. I'm not gonna complain about the Decentraland's website. It's pretty good. There's so many times where I go click click and it just error, like click click, like this isn't working. Click click. When you go like 3 clicks deep, it just it stops working. If you go to somebody's profile, you go to their assets and you click on like, okay, cool, and then what's for sale, it breaks. All these little things. The whole land marketplace has got to be cleaned up. Oh my god, I think it's. But this is probably low on
Only
their
way we clean
priority.
it is by buying it all.
Well, then yeah, make it irrelevant, I guess. Just like just have a big sold out sign on the land section. But I will. I'm gonna stop talking and let you guys get back to
So,
ferrets. Yeah.
yeah. No, no, no. Translation is much more important. Okay, so in world, DCL Root says could use a translate option in the chat input. And then he elaborated by saying translate to, and then like whatever language, and before you even hit send.
That would be cool for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
that might be something. Maybe we'll. Yeah, that would be a cool thing to suggest. Because it's kind of like, I think we're learning a lot, like as we go. Just because we can tell, like we can tell where Foundation is advertising, like just because all of a sudden we'll get like an influx of people. I'm like, why are all these people coming from this specific place? And then they're like, oh, like these are like where they're bringing people in from. Like it's cool just to see that it is making an impact also. Um, so yeah, I like this idea, Roots.
This comes down to like, do we want the translator to work better, or do we want the video screens to work? Uh, I don't know.
why not
It,
both?
why not both? But there's only so many people there, I think, and it's just you've described this. I think it's sort of like they introduce a new thing, and it works like 80% properly, or it doesn't work,
Right.
and then you know so like the translator, it looks like one of these things where like, here you go, here's a translator. Is it perfect? No. Does it pretty much work? Yeah. Like, so and then they just move on to the next thing, like, here's some gliding. The gliding doesn't work. Well, give us a second, it sort of works on certain scenes. Like, okay,
Here's
great.
colored names.
Yeah, use your colored names. They don't work. Okay, we'll try this. Still doesn't work. Okay, now it's
On to the next.
working. On to the next thing. So I hope that they start circling back and start like, okay, we were talking about this on WTF, and then we had the all hands, no, so the office hours, where there's I'll just throw this out quickly. Like, I think we're going to try to do some kind of scene stress test with Dr. Creo, with maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, a couple other Foundation members, where we all get together, and it's not gonna be an event. Like, there won't be this distraction going. The focus of this event will be to test the shit out of the scene in certain ways, and send all of our logs in at the same time for the same scene, and videotape it, and have Dr. Creo there. In terms of like, certain avatars aren't showing up, the emotes aren't working in other people's, let's say, view when they're emoting, and we can have it up on the screen. But anyways, I'm not sure the exact details, but and Mahedi's working on this, and we're going to try to have a organized stress test of a scene that's well recorded and well documented, and we're going to hand it over to Dr. Creo, and they're going to look at it. I mean, that's the intention, at least. So wait for that, and I hope, if this does occur, which we're thinking maybe sometime next week, fingers crossed, that you guys can drop by for a bit and play along for me. I keep it quick, maybe like half an hour or something. Like, we're all going to do this, we're all going to do that, boom, and kind of essentially try to break the scene. And we may do it at the hockey rink, just for a few reasons, because we know that when it was stressed, it didn't work. So if we can all record and log what goes on exactly, I think these guys will have a better idea of what they're dealing with. That's the goal. So
I'm so glad you're doing it there, Alan, because like I just I was so frustrated with all the work that you guys put into that, and then it didn't work as planned. And and it just kind of like did a microscope effect on the bigger image of
Yeah.
Decentraland, that like multiplayer games like that need, that they just need to work, and if they don't, I just don't know what
There's
the point is. Like,
there's a couple angles on this too. It's like the game itself didn't work because, well, vibe coding, server, this stuff, that stuff, but I think to me even worse was that I wasn't seeing all the avatars in the scene. I don't think I was, and it's hard to tell. You got this number in chat, and there's like 40 people here. I'm seeing about 23, and then I had the scene on the video screen, and there's like different people. Anyways, like people couldn't see themselves in the stream. We all know that this has been going on, but I think this needs to get fixed. I think they're starting to finally acknowledge this. So yeah, the multiplayer game aspect broke, but again, even more importantly for me, and it happened again at Mary's event yesterday. I don't know about you guys, but like almost nothing worked for me. I would show up and there'd be like two avatars. I'd just stand there and like they'd start appearing one by one. I'd reload. I got sent like 10 parcels away, run back. Video screen wasn't working. Then it would. Oh my God. It was like, I don't know what was going on.
Alan, you know what I did yesterday at Mary's party? I came up, I was sitting on the cloud cushions. I was like, I don't see anyone.
Yeah.
Guess what? I was on the third floor and the party was on the fourth floor. So I reloaded and then I was like, I still don't
Okay.
see everybody. And then I was like, oh, but they're talking and I see the dots on the map. I was like, maybe I'm having a moment. And I walk upstairs and I was too embarrassed to tell everybody that, like, oh,
That's funny, but you see, the thing is, if you like, I don't know, other people were experiencing. We were all having different issues. I think yesterday with
okay.
that scene, and it's like,
Yeah, I was having issues, definitely.
well, you,
But they were my own.
yeah, but maybe they were a result of the other issues. It was, just a a freaky energy that day. So,
Well, and I wonder
anyways,
about the vibe coding too. Like, I just, like, how much is that breaking it without understanding like the cause and effect, and like how far, like,
mhm.
I don't know where that,
Yeah,
like, yeah.
is the vibe coding not working, or is it that the Decentraland doesn't work when, like, is the vibe coding correct essentially, but Decentraland's not working right, or is the vibe coding incorrect and Decentraland should be working correctly? This is the sort of stuff hopefully we can maybe try to figure out with an organized stress test of some sort. I think I think one of these problems is these guys are so desperate for logs for some reason. Player logs, just send us the player logs. It's like I do feel like if we have one event, here's 30 sets of player logs from one event, that might be a first for them to be able to actually assess what's going on in between everyone's connection or whatnot. So anyways,
I think that's a great idea. I think that I'm glad you guys are doing that, because so many times the only reason that we all come together is for a specific thing that we want to do. Like, we want to listen to the DJ or we want to play the game, and then when we can't do the thing we want to do, we get frustrated, very very reasonably so. So I like the idea of just getting a bunch of people there with the intent of, like, we're not doing anything but testing, because
totally.
there's stuff that I'm doing with these emotes that I'm like, I'm 100% sure I'm breaking this, and like, they probably shouldn't let me pass it, and they do, and then I'm like, okay, if I just did that, then how many other ways are we breaking? Like, it's cool that I can break the avatar the way I did. However, like, I don't want to break other stuff because I'm just being silly and having fun and doing this. And, like, yeah, like, what other ways are we breaking it? I don't know.
Well, let's figure that out. Let's keep breaking it until it stops breaking.
Um, real quick too, I want to. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but I want to say I'm glad you were able to repurpose your Easter build that did not work. Was not able to work for the Easter hunt. Caressa.
Yeah, yeah, that worked out really nice just because, old guy had the idea for Winterfest and we had some stuff out there and I was like, like this is actually perfect. And so now it's out there and it's just going to be permanent, like anybody that wants to get the emote. It was always so nice to have the emote that people could go claim from Studio Sparkles, just because sometimes you're with a new user and you're like, all right, what do I do next? So that's permanent. I try to check every morning when I wake up. Whoever has collected the OP badge, then I can see it on OpenSea, and then I send the emotes out from there. So it's just really easy to keep track of that. And I did make it easier for people to get up above on mobile. They couldn't make it up there. And then if anybody has error messages, sometimes those come through, but just hit me up if somebody can't claim it or for some reason. But
Did,
otherwise, that'll be
did you see my tag this
yeah,
morning?
yeah, I did. Yeah,
Okay.
got it. And that they already had it, like the OP badge. Because I can just go by OP badges on OpenSea, and then from there I can just see recently created, and then I know who was the last one to make one yesterday, and like what number approximately it's at, and then just send out more. So everybody should be doing that. Like it's such a cool way to see, like you don't have to make a wearable dispenser. I mean, it's work. Like don't get me wrong. I'm like, what do I do if I go on vacation? A bunch of OP badges, pile up, but it's pretty cool.
Mm.
So yeah, thanks MetaBeast. I'm really glad it was like perfect that it worked out like that.
Speaking of OP badges, I see down in the listeners, there's Nova. Welcome, Nova. Thank you for joining us today. We love OP badges in Decentraland.
We do. We definitely do. And MetaBeast, I had a question about your dinosaur.
Yeah, what's that lizard's name? Oh,
Oh, maybe
is he
MetaBeast did,
getting
or
getting
maybe
cold feet?
he's getting coffee.
Okay, cold coffee. That works too. Speaking of coffee, I had Chick-fil-A breakfast for the first time today. After seeing the CEO take a tiny bite of a big arch burger, it made me not want McDonald's at all anymore. So I am shifting to the chicken.
Oh, we don't have that too much around here, but we I did find one, and the Chick-fil-A sauce, I fell in love with it. And so then I found
Oh
like
my god.
buy it at the store. So now my kids are
Yes.
cultured. They're putting Chick-fil-A sauce on just literally everything.
It's amazing. I wanna know what it is. It's like a mustard, sweet mustard, ketchup, mayo, and some other ingredients in there. Like, it's amazing.
Like a aioli, I think, with mustard.
Aioli.
All
We
right.
should be sponsored by, Chick-fil-A sauce. I think, I'll write, an email. Welcome back, MetaBeast.
Oh, wait, I
What?
don't know.
He didn't like my oh, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know if he was trying to talk, but I could not hear him.
Oh, I thought that the thumbs down was towards my, Chick-fil-A sauce, sponsorship idea.
It probably was.
I have a
Can you
feeling that
imagine?
sometimes you just get kicked out of Twitter. I don't know about you guys, but in these spaces, every like 15, 20 minutes, it just goes blank or the audio cuts out and I have to leave the space and re-enter for it to work. I
Twitter is
don't know.
like, "You've had enough."
Twitter
Yeah, cuts
Twitter
me
is
off.
so messed up lately. Like,
It is.
are you guys able to like find people? I couldn't find a tag for Jim Cedric. Like, so it's like,
You have to type it, like, all the way,
oh my,
and same with CBD. Earlier, I was trying to
yeah.
tag CBD, and
CBD is the
and
hard one,
also,
huh?
I literally also typed all the way. community building Decentraland in one instance, and it didn't bring anything up. I was like,
Oh,
no,
we're shadow banned. We must be.
no.
One quick thing, Metabeast was wondering about how the communities are organized. This is a short answer, and it's speculation. I think what happened was originally the communities were just in order of the most populated one down to the ones with none. So it was just a top to bottom order. I think there was some issue where like kind of people saying, "Hey, no one will ever find mine because it's stuck at the bottom the whole time." So I have a feeling I remember hearing this in some meetup or something, but I think that they just added a little bit of a randomizer. So there is some algorithm, some sort of randomizer where the order is now not top to bottom. It's probably weighted towards the top, but other ones just get thrown in there. So MetaBeast, I think it's at this point probably a quickly done randomness as to what order the communities show up in.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
think so.
posted the question in the Discord. We'll see. So anyway, did somebody have a question for me? I lost volume and everything, and then I came back up a speaker, and my mic wouldn't stay on, so I had to leave and come back.
Yes, Rustan was wondering about your dinosaur.
Oh, my T-Rex. Actually, I believe, if I recall correctly, I got it actually off of Sketchfab quite some time ago. Um, and it was over 10,000 tries. I think it's only slightly over. But now that you can go a little over your 10,000 still, I threw him in there.
What's your
Hopefully
Did you
that
lizard's
answers.
animate
name?
it?
He needs a name. I'm open to that.
I I vote for Lizardo.
Do I need to do a poll?
No, no, no pushback. No pushback. No on the name. Everyone
You know
likes
what
it.
Objections?
you need is like that, but like a Maki. Like the motions of the T-Rex, but it's like a Maki. That
Oh my,
size.
I would cry. Like just have a Maki, like, doing her little run all around the build. I would absolutely lose my shit.
I bet you could do that.
With cursor?
I bet you could do it, yeah, pretty easily. Like, if like Sketchfab cursor. I mean, you got Meshy. Why not? Oh,
All
and
right, Canessa, I'm gonna
if
hire you. I'm going to send you. I want a 1-for-1 replica of a Maki, and
dude,
then
and
I'm
then
gonna.
if you catch her, you get the OP badge. But like, you gotta chase down a ferret to get the OP badge.
Oh my
Good luck.
lord!
Good luck,
And
son.
what if there was like a little hole that it could go into, and then you gotta like wait till she comes out, and then you gotta chase her again.
I don't know if that would be possible because you have to put the coordinates of the OP badge, but maybe you could put the coordinates to a entity that then is animated. Like that would be some crazy shit right there. That'd be fun. That'd
Maybe as like a easy version, like a version one, it could be like Maki leads you to the OP. Like, and then she
yeah.
goes into her hole, and like the hole that she went into is actually the OP badge claim.
Yeah. Well, that would be I feel like I'm thinking this is how raising toddlers is. You just think of a game that's going to keep them busy for 20 minutes. You're like, what can I do to keep these guys busy? So that's basically like how we should be making Decentraland games. Like, how can I keep people busy for 20 minutes? Let's see. Let me just make an impossible parkour scene that actually has a hidden entrance, not parkour.
It's like it'll just trick you like on the from the start, and then like you like get into it. It's like crap.
Yeah. Oh, my cat just fell. He's smart, but maybe not the smartest tool in the toolbox
Did,
because
did he
he
land on
was
his feet?
no, he just was like rolling into my hand and then like fell off. He has low survival skills. So, but he's a bobtail. He's not actually a cat.
Yeah, it's
He's
okay.
different.
Mom, he knows mom will keep him
Yeah,
safe.
he kind of does. Yeah, he's a cutie. And that is how you know it's time to wrap up the space when we start sharing like animal stories.
No,
Probably.
no, no. This connects to Decentraland. Hold up. And I mean, either way, we have about 15 minutes left in our regularly scheduled broadcast. Um, so I mean, yeah, we could start winding down and stuff, and announcing the upcoming events and all that stuff.
Yeah, actually we've got an event coming this week on Wednesday. Um let's run Mardi Gras back. Even though Mardi Gras technically was this last month, because it changes and it's a religious thing and it's not actually like we're not even religious, so we're kind of like just choosing cherry picking which parts of this wonderful holiday that we're going to choose to observe. So, Mardi Gras this Wednesday, 3 p.m. and I'm excited. I gotta do a few announcements, but we're gonna bring in a new DJ. Severus Seven is gonna come and perform for us, and we might have a few. Well, we might have a few tricks, and we definitely have some treats. So set the calendar. That's gonna be right before DJ Minotaur's set on Wednesday. And yeah, looking forward to it. So gotta make the event page.
How exciting. All right. 3 p.m. Pacific, which correlates to 6 p.m. Eastern. And I usually, if I were to like leave work and break a bunch of speeding laws, I usually do make it home by 6 p.m. Eastern. So okay, okay.
Well, we don't want you to break any laws, but just tell your boss that you have to use the bathroom and leave early or whatever you have to do.
Fake stomach pains. It's like, you gotta go. I gotta go poop at my house. I don't poop in public.
Hey, whatever you do, you. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to run your ship, but just be there.
Run my shit. I I like this. Uh and hello, Shorty. Hello. Thank you for popping in. We're just about to start winding down for today's show. We have like 10 minutes before the next event on Decentraland starts, which will be Lost Cat. We'll be performing at Pink Oasis, which is like one of like for me, it's like one of the more visually appealing scenes, like in my opinion. It's got that like the bubbly Tokyo like vibes, bubbly Tokyo vibes to it. Um, that and I don't know, I absolutely love that style of art. Um, and yeah, I mean, I guess I can go around the room here real quick and start getting everyone's final thoughts. I'll start with Alan. Any final thoughts, comments, concerns?
Which Alan? Just kidding. Beast knows that joke. But I'm um I just bought some more land. I'll just say that.
Oh, you
Uh
too?
just a couple little ones, but I'm still poking around. I don't know.
Did you get the ones? Did you get those little single parcels on the marketplace? I have to run to my computer.
No, the ones you were talking about, no.
Okay,
Uh
because those
the
seem like a good idea.
I don't know. I'm scared of that university district. It's all blue and weird, and I don't know what's going on there. And I'm just ignorant. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just focusing on the northwest quadrant, really in general. And
Speaking of that, check your DMs.
I all okay. I
I
will be
leave you
talking
guys
to you
for
soon, Sinful. I will be.
I
Don't
leave
worry.
you for 2 minutes. What did you guys both do?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know what are we
you know,
doing.
I saw a good deal, and I like good deals.
I'm
All
just an
right,
I,
addict, really. That's
Alan.
all.
I'm sure all will be told if you just go in the
Oh,
marketplace and.
I
Well, that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, have a thanks as always for letting me talk. I just appreciate that, and hopefully there's a stress test next week. It may be on a Wednesday before the Mardi Gras thing that you're planning, so we'll see. But have a great weekend, and good luck, everyone. Keep on going. Talk soon.
Keep on keeping on. And Alan, thank you for coming up. We always love, speaking with you. And go ahead, Canessa.
Oh, nothing. I'm just putting I'm just putting it in my spreadsheet. Not that I keep tabs on everybody and everything. Oh,
Oh
is it my
well.
closing thoughts?
Oh no, no, no. Because I saw your mic unmute for a second there after Alan spoke. I thought I cut you off rudely.
You did not. No. I just wanted to congratulate you guys on your recent acquisitions and yeah, keep on keeping on. Good. They look like good purchases.
Hey, one
Hmm.
one quick note on that. I feel like there's like two or three different spreadsheets out there that are kind of overlapping in terms of what's going on in the CBD area. One
Yeah, there
long
definitely
term.
are. There's my shitty one and then there's the good one that Odd Job maintains.
Well, there's odd jobs, and well, there your shittier one might be more accurate. Who knows though? But odd jobs is
Judging
is
by
a
the
little
fact that it
cleaner.
is created by a woman who, not saying that women never forget and will hang on to something forever. I'm just saying it's like a job skill at this point. So I keep an eye on everybody and you know keep
Keep it up.
details.
Let
Keep
us know
reading.
who's doing what. But it would be cool to somehow maybe get one version of that map there in that area, just so it's a little easier to kind of coordinate or just determine future purchases if you know exactly what's going on there, or stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I'd be willing to give it a shot too if anyone wants to send me their spreadsheets or something. But that's a long-term thing. It'd be cool though to have. So
I think for me, I like this looks like a Christmas tree with colors because well, you're red, Alan, so all of your stuff is red. Sin, you're purple. I'm pink. Like I like having the all the different land like color coordinated, so I can really quickly see where my land is versus other people's. And then Odd Jobs is a little bit more like nice and streamlined. So, and I know Odd Job is busy, so sometimes there's changes that I just don't get on the main one. So like maybe yeah, maybe I could sync with him sometime. Actually, we should do that and then all of us like look and see if there's any changes cuz it is nice to know like who your neighbor is or like uh if there's land you want to buy, who do you go find or trade? I mean, it's we're at the point where we're trading land, so that's pretty cool.
So, Canessa, you said you had said made a comment earlier about tracking all the friends, and so can I get a detailed outline of all my lands across all accounts, in all of Genesis City? Please and thank you. I'd like to
I don't
download it as
know.
a
I mean,
PDF.
I think you I sure. I mean, I don't know what accounts you have, but I know it's easier than trying to do the same on mine because yeah.
Yes, yes, I am definitely easier to track. uh, and let's see, Meta Beast. Oh yeah, before moving into Metabeast, since we were on the topic, my most recent purchase, I looked at my neighbors, and there's a shoe store around me, or across the street from me. So I think it'd be the perfect place for a Mew merch shop if I ever were to get around to it. All right, I'll shut up now. Metabeast, take it away.
If anybody can help, Rishi girl has fallen in the drain at Genesis Plaza. Just FYI. Anybody got rope or anything would be great. Alan, that's exactly what goes through my head, and I always have to stop myself when they call upon you, and say, "Wait, no, not here." Um, just so people are aware, and it's no secret, my real name is Alan as well, and spelled correctly like his is. Shout out Ayo Shorty. He's in the space now. And I am in talks with Mimi now on the back end about getting her at that space added. Just FYI. Um, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I really hope to do this. But look out for a St. Patrick's Day event on Tuesday, a week from this Tuesday, right? Yes. Yes. Right? It's not next week. God, I hope not.
It's
Um,
next week. This week is this week. Yeah.
today's the 7th, right?
Yep. You got time.
Okay, thank God. Okay, good. If it was this Tuesday, then uh, I don't know, but yeah, keep an eye out for that. What else was I going to say? Oh, I have. If you ever get bored during the week, I have art gallery, which is a 2-level maze built just south of the CBD. Some of it's created with AI. Some of the things on there. Just not happy with some of the things I put together, and then I abandoned them. But uh, thank you, Lostrom, for updating Angzar. I do appreciate that. I'm always keeping an eye out on that, and hopefully see some of you guys at ABC Decentraland later today. Thank you.
Mew mew. And since you were the one that kind of pushed towards this last time, I'm gonna throw this into the ether. Maybe someone isn't can be inspired by you, or or someone that knows someone that knows someone. But Easter is next month. I'm just gonna
It's,
throw that.
it's actually I had was on the phone with old guy yesterday, and it's last year it was April 20th. I think it's April 5th. It's less than a month and away, so I unless somebody can throw something together pretty quickly, I although I do have my Easter build that never got built, it just I don't think it would be a worldwide Easter egg hunt. So just FYI.
Just know we all have a lot more land than we used to from this time last year. uh, Thank you, MetaBeast, for being here and chatting it up with us, and always bringing your positive energy and your ideas and thoughts. Um, we love you, bro. Alrighty, Canessa. Final thoughts, comments, and or concerns.
I just think thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate that you still show up for us after all this time, even if we don't always talk about Decentraland stuff. And yeah, just keep building, take breaks, take rest. Don't burn yourself out. And we will see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, yep. And yeah, guess that concludes our space today. Lost Cat is getting started right now to this minute. So head on over to negative 66 comma, or I'm sorry, taking it back. Head on over to 66 comma negative 141 and enjoy the show. And then later today, in about 2 hours, 5 p.m. Eastern, we will have ABC Decentraland Tours with Billy T Coin, Odd Job, and Toxic Waifu. In about 5 hours, we have Metaverse After Hours with Austin Descheny. and usually he brings in some special guests, DJs, or maybe him running the night tonight. So stay tuned. Head on over there and find out for yourself. Tomorrow, Sunday, we have the usual 7E Mezzo Royale uh, games with our Helvetia friends, and then followed by the Pixel Business Community Sundays by the Helvetians as well. Um, in 22 hours, ooh, this is new. We have the Vinyl Lounge. There isn't much detail here, but like from the past, I know that this visual tends to be JJ64's kind of like visual avatar kind of banner thing. Let me check and see. And it is JJ64. So looks like he'll be hosting a Vinyl Lounge event. Oh yes. Oh, I don't know if I can make it. No. Ah, this hurts me. This hurts me deeply. A golf with friends tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, and I think I will be at a Phillies spring training game tomorrow around that time. So I don't know if I can make it. I'm so sad. But please, someone, if someone wants to join Billy and play golf with friends, and be there with Billy, be there for Billy. I will personally buy you the game so that you can play. It is a Steam game, and like I mentioned, I will buy it for you if you will show up for our friend Billy. Um, Let me go back to the events page here. Oh, and then hmm, I don't know if correct. There seems to be a Doge Busters event after Golf with Friends. Usually it looks to be in the U Sponge Lazy Sunday slot, but I'm seeing Community Winterfest games on it. That may still be happening. Not sure, but yeah, keep an eye out for their event by Doge Busters and Toxic Waifu. Uh, or Doge Busters with Mean Green Dojin. Toxic Waifu. On Monday, our first event will kick off with On Monday, followed by MoFi on Monday, and then of course Beyond the NFT. So look out for that special MoFi on Monday, Beyond the NFT cross event. We will be we will be having featuring Beatcoin. So Beatcoin will be throwing down some beats for MoFi on Monday, and then we're gonna switch straight into an interview. Uh, and get to know our good friend Beatcoin a little better, hopefully tomorrow. Like, oh man, he's been doing so many great things. I mean, I mentioned it to him that like I definitely see his efforts and what he's doing, and I appreciate him. Okay, so then on Tuesday, at noon Eastern, there is the absolute basics of building in Decentraland with Canessa. So make sure to pop into that, claim your OP badge, and yeah, learn some new things. Uh, Followed by and then there's also Toxic Tuesdays next week. So always keep an eye out for that, as well as cartoon nights at Cheery's. And looks like on Wednesday there is a Japan daily walk. This piques my interest. Hosted by Hanko's. Yes, this definitely piques my interest, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it, which makes me sad. Oh well, I may have saw the cool stuff while I'm at work, but hopefully you guys could live this event for me, and I'll be watching through social media, living vicariously. All right, well, thank you everyone for your time. Love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful week. We'll be back here next week for uh, community building Decentraland week 196. All right, take care.